to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the beginning of a new day, and we are so happy to be here. I'm here with my friend and co-host, Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. And we're in the house and we are ready to get started. Oh my gosh, when she told me this topic, as you can see, I'm a little excited about it. So we're not going to spend a lot of time. We just want you to know you need that pen and paper because we're getting ready to drop some nuggets from Coach Caren. So all of you watching live and on the replay, welcome, and let's get this party started. Coach Caren with talking about bringing those profits in daily. What you got for us today, Coach?
Hey guys. And when I talk about profits in daily, I'm never just talking about the money, because there's always the layers of things, and that's what I bring to you. I hope you realize that's what happens, because when you understand those layers and understand what you need to do, the money will just follow. You have to trust that it will follow. But these are the things, these are the gatekeepers, these are the things that's blocking you. This is why you're not moving, and you gotta have to do these things. Don't listen to the overnight crazy success. They leave out all the hard parts of it. They're just enticing you. I am here to give you the stuff that you may or may not want to hear, but it's good for you. And eventually you'll know that it's good for you. So today we're talking about building and reshaping yourself, because I always start with self, and then we'll talk about how that transition in part 2 to the business. So we're going to cover some topics, some things you've heard before, but maybe you didn't understand it or it didn't register to you. So we're going to look at 3 things. We're going to look at, what do I truly want? How will I get it? And will I have a great year? And sometimes you say, I want to have a great year. But when you ask the question, you get to answer it. When you ask the question, and don't be afraid to ask yourself questions, okay? Don't be afraid to talk to yourself on a regular basis. It is very important to talk to you, to be in conversation with you. Years ago, I remember when I was young, people would say, don't talk to yourself, you're crazy. But the truth is, I've explained a lot of things by talking to myself through the processes, through the problem, to get to an answer. And though it may not come quickly right away, it do come and present itself eventually once I speak on it enough. So this is an important thing. And for this year, I want you to promise me that you will, and promise yourself, not me so much, that you will talk to yourself a lot. You will get over things that's been holding on to you and pulling you back into 25, 24, 23, and all those years that you need to just let it go. Just be brave, start being bold. And if you don't know how, just put your name at the top. Do this little exercise and say, I am brave, I am bold, I'm ready. Say it through enough times, and then some more on a regular basis, especially when you're feeling like you're hitting the bottom. Steady. I want you to say it.
Wow. We need to clip that. Go ahead.
I want to put it up there and say it. I'm brave, I'm bold. And just say it. Just say it. Listen to this, go back, listen to this recording, and do it. All right. So number 1 is, what do I truly want? This is the part where you're going to be shameless. You're going to be shameless in this statement, because if you want to be a millionaire, I want you to state it. If you want to own a house, I want you to state it. If you don't, or if you have one, you want a second property, I want you to state that. You need to be shameless, because every time you're feeling shameful in wanting something great, it stops you from putting in the actions to have it. You can't receive what you don't want. I mean, you might think so, but the things you're receiving right now is the things you've been asking for, whether you understand it or not. Quietly, simply whispering it, whatever you're doing, it's coming to you. You ever look around and see somebody want a job and get a job? I got 2 sisters. They would lose a job and get a job and lose a job and get a job.
I have someone in my life like that. They just...
They're not sitting around saying, oh my God, what's going to happen? They're just like, Caren, I think I'm leaving this job. And I would say to one of my sisters, I'm like, well, why would you do that? She's like, it's not serving me anymore. And sometimes
Okay.
I say to her, because she's a Christian, are you prayed about it? She's like, it's time to go. And believe you me, 7, maybe 14 days, a month at the most, I say, how are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm so loving my new job. I'm like, wow, what? Wait. She has set it up, sent our resume, got interviewed, couple of offers, and she's in the role she wants.
She's working somewhere else.
She's working somewhere else. She's loving it. And she's good at it. You know, and when she decided, I don't know if I want to work for anybody, I want this time to think. And she went back to university at that time. I guess she was doing her undergrad. I can't remember what it was at the time. But she's like, Karen, at this moment, I feel like the Lord is just pulling me to make gongs. So she was making the choir gongs, and she got them to buy the material at the church, and she made all the gongs, 30-something gongs. And she designed them. She said it was clunky. She said, I'm going to redesign it, and I'm going to sew them, because she was a designer at some point in her career. And she's like, I'm going to do that. And she said, you know what? The reason I'm not working is because I needed this time to do it. And I'm telling you guys, when you know what you want, people will help you. I'm going to give her an example, because she was living somewhere and she got rent to pay. And she said, hey, to the landlady, I'm going to be able to pay half of the rent for the next 3 months because this is the work I got to do. But I'll catch up. Now, most people said nobody would do that. Well, the lady did do it, and she did catch up. She went back to work once she was finished the gongs. And she says, you know, I realized that if I didn't take the time, I would have been saying, next Sunday, Pastor, next Sunday, Pastor. But because I dedicated the time, I got the gong sewn, I got the job I wanted. I was able to go in and had the best interview ever and say, hey, here's where I'm at. Here's when I'm available. And he says, well, we need somebody right away. She says, well, I won't be available until the next 2 weeks. She said, Karen, I was busy hemming the gongs and getting them ready. And I wasn't about to get a job and drop the ball. She finished the gongs. She handed them in the Friday evening. She took a week off, and then she started a job. She knew what she wanted.
I love that she took a week off in spite of the so-called financial pressure.
Yes.
Because we need to rest.
Yes, it is so important. It is so important. I tell people, when I come from a vacation, I take a couple of days off. I don't run back into work. If I come in a Saturday, well, you had Sunday, Karen, but Sunday won't cut it because I'm emptying my suitcase. I'm the kind of person who wash my clothes right away. I'm getting my house straightened back out because, you know, I got a lot of guys in here when I leave, who knows? And so it's just a fact. So I'm not beating myself up on that scenario. I'm getting myself back together. So I probably won't show up to work until the Thursday. So I'll take that couple of days off where nobody's home and I'm just rested. I'm not reporting. I'm just resting. I'm just giving myself that time. And then I come back for the next 2 days. And by the way, guys, when I come back, I'm not killing myself to catch up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm just doing Thursday and Friday's work. This is the part I want you to understand. I'm just doing Thursday and Friday work. It's the worst thing in your life to try to catch up. It burns you out. You get frustrated. You say, this is not working. That's because you can't catch up. That's not how it works. You can't catch up. You just do what Thursday and Friday entails. And if you have space, maybe you could pick 1 or 2 things to do. But don't run yourself ragged because it never works. Know what you got to do and do that thing.
Okay, so just pick up where you left off.
And that's why you need to not feel shame saying, this is what I truly want. I want to become a millionaire. You know, I want to travel by my solo and I want to travel with friends and family. But at the moment, I want to try some solo traveling. Don't feel ashamed of that. Just do it and explore. I've met quite a few people on cruises where they travel alone, and me and them for a couple of days on the cruise become buddies. And, you know, the lady said to me, I'm traveling by myself. I'm like meeting new people. And after we meet like the 3rd time, I said, I thought you want to meet new people. She goes, yeah, but in that meeting new people, sometimes you find somebody that you connect with. So I said, okay, if I dine with you sometimes. And it was a big yes for me, you know. And sometimes she'll join me in the whole crowd. And sometimes just her and I would just sit and have a coffee, a glass of juice, and just talk. Right? Not because she didn't have children or friends. She just wanted this alone time. And don't be ashamed to want that. And then when you want to travel your family or your husband or whomever, then you do that as well. I want to take away shame. Feel ashamed for doing the things that deep down inside of you you'd really want to do. Because this world has shamed us so badly that we are afraid to do things. We're afraid to step out. Afraid to be ourselves. We might showcase the people that we are, but if you pay attention and you work, and you don't have to tell me, I don't have to tell you, but you know that you are maybe hiding or not doing what you said you're going to do. And if that's you and you know that, go fix it. If you used to dance, put on some music and dance for 5-10 minutes.
Oh my
If you
goodness.
like singing, sing
That.
a little bit.
Yes.
Like if you love
Mhm.
reading, put on that timer and read for a little bit. And the reason I say a timer is not because I don't want you to read forever, is because when you're getting into something, you're going to feel guilty that you spend too much time. So I was telling a friend only yesterday, said, put on the timer and sit there for 30 minutes and read. When the timer go off, even if the book is juicy, I want you to still bookmark it, circle the word you stop at. That's the part. Don't only bookmark it and circle the word that you stop at. So when you go
Mhm.
back, you can pick up the first few lines before or where you start, depending the kind of reader you are, and then get back into it. What you discipline your mind is to be hungry for the next 30 minutes versus, oh, I devoured that book. Now what? No, you got another 30 minutes coming up and another 30 minutes. And when the book is getting to the last 2 chapters, start your library, whether it's online or in person, or you bought a book, start preparing for the next read. Have the book ready for the next read. So you're not wandering around and hoping I could read. Like, get yourself
Uh-huh.
prepped for the next read. Once you get into it, you can have 3 books waiting to go, knowing when you finish the book, enjoy it, take some time out for yourself, you can get into the new book. All these are great things for your being. It lessens your stress. You feel less fatigued. You're ready to receive the money that's coming to you. You're not so hypered. These are all the things I'm talking about here.
Wow. I love it. You know something? I think every now and then we do talk about giving ourselves permission to be
Mm-hmm.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Uh, and what better time than
What
today?
better time? Yes. Yes. What better time? This is a time to do it. We plan everything else for the rest of the year, but January seems to get away from us and we do nothing.
Wow.
Or we start something and we because we want it too quickly. Again, I was saying this
Yes.
yesterday. I'm like, whatever you're planning to do, give yourself 3 weeks to start it. Don't give yourself a day. 3 weeks. The first 3 days or 5, you're gonna mess up terribly. You're gonna be really upset with yourself. Allow that feeling to happen. Don't fight it. It's
Wow.
not gonna be perfect. Don't fight it. The next week, you're gonna try to catch up on the first week. Stop it. Just do the second week. Do better. That's it.
Okay.
And at the
So
end of the second week, check back, see what happened, and say, how could I make the third week what I really want? And then do the smallest, tiniest bit of thing that you can do. That's it. That's
that
it.
is that is
Nothing
amazing.
more. That's it. Because when you do that for yourself and you look at the progression, you'll see how much you truly did. You didn't force to do. You didn't fight to do. You're not annoyed with people around you because you didn't get it done, because you didn't truly get it done. So you blame everybody else because
Mm.
of how
Hmm.
you're feeling. You could actually do it.
Wow.
That's what you want to do. And so when I
Woo!
say, how will you get it? You know,
I
I
get
know
I
I
get
hit you really hard, but I sit down and as I said, guys, I find my topic and I really work my topic. I go into all my feelings and have me and people around me for examples, and I just pull on those because that's who we are. We human beings, and most of us have a lot of similar experiences, just in a different form. Just like if you get a job, if you had trouble at a job before, when you get your
Mhm.
second job, you're going to have the same trouble with a different boss or different company name. You're going to still have the same trouble. It's going nowhere because you did nothing. You just want to get out of that job into another job. That's what happened. But if you got a job and you're restless in job, you need to find out, what am I doing wrong? Because you are doing something wrong. I don't care what you tell me. You know, the people are treating me poorly. Like, what am I doing that's causing this friction? Like, you can only change what you're doing. Whatever they're doing, I'm not saying they're not doing. But how could I get along with the people around me? Like, I some people say I'm lucky, but I personally had really good workplaces and good bosses and people around me. Did I have a couple of people who were whatever? Sure. But I didn't let them be the main focus. I
Mm-hmm.
allowed the people who were good people to be good people to me and I to them. So every job I got after that first job was good people around me. Even the first job that I got when I came to Canada, one of the ladies were very hostile with me. But because of who I was, everybody else rallied around me. you know, that just put her to shame because they're like, why are you picking on this young lady? For what? I didn't
Yes.
even have to say anything because of how I carried myself, of who I am, and how I know to be. And that's where you have to find out for yourself. Don't lie if you know who you are and the things you do, that it affects people. I'm not telling you how you're going to go about that, but I'm telling you, you got to watch it, be honest with you, and figure that out. Because the next job, you're going to have the same problem. And in your business, it's going to seep out in a different way, but it's still going to be a problem.
Interesting. Interesting.
It'll be a
I
problem.
think too, a lot of times people don't speak up for themselves
Hmm.
because they're concerned that they're going to lose that job
Yeah.
or that people will retaliate against them.
Hmm.
So how should they handle that?
It's just how you look at it. If you had somebody who is always on your case, like for example, if you had a boss that is all you can have a meeting with them and say, like, how do I rub you the wrong way? Like what am I doing that
Mm,
frustrates you? And I want you to tell me because I'm not gonna be upset about it. I just want to know so I could be better. And don't push them to answer you. Say to them, I'll come back to you when you know the answer, because maybe right now you don't even realize.
mm-hmm,
Now, there's unreasonable people who is never going to. I understand those people. But once you understand what you need to do, then you're not worried about it. At least you should not be. Here's the other part.
uh-huh,
Once you understand, when you get a job, this is the other thing. When people get a job, we go into people pleasing. If you're a people pleaser, this is going to be harder for you, very hard.
mm-hmm,
And so if you get a job and your boss is asking you to do a million things, you have to say to them, I can completely do 3/4 of what you just asked me to, but the other quarter, I can't. But I'll try to incorporate it eventually. You
mm-hmm.
have they're not gonna like it, but they'll appreciate it.
Because then they know that certain deadlines will not be met and they can
Yes.
assign that to someone else if they need to,
Yes. So you
or
have
they
to be
can
upfront.
reprioritize.
Hmm. So there's people you see getting away with things, or you might think getting away with it. They either spoke it like I am, or they have figured out how to make sure the boss knows it without verbalizing it. So there's other
Mm-hmm,
ways you do things, right? You got a bunch of things on your table, and you don't try to finish everything. You do as much as you can, and then the boss comes to you and she says, Karen, well, I thought you were going to get this, pile whatever done. And I said, well, the time that I had, I couldn't cover everything. So are you working at a slower pace than everybody else, because everybody else in the office is getting things done? Like, how come you're not getting this done? And you don't retaliate and say, well, I'm not them and what have you. No, you said, well, in the time I had, this was what I was able to cover properly, thoroughly, and I will get to the rest before the week is out. Now, if I get more on my plate, that wouldn't happen because I'm still going through this pile. And you're saying it on an even kale as well. You're not getting irritated with he or she. You're not frustrated with yourself. This is the kind of things we're talking to get over before this happens to you. But if you're in the midst of it, you have to find a place. Here's where talking to yourself come into place. I don't know if
mm-hmm,
anybody else knew how to do this, but this is what happens. While you're having the conversation with your boss, you have to have it with yourself simultaneously. You could say,
mm,
if you're anxious, Karen, I'm feeling anxious right now, but I can't act on it. This is a place I need to be employed at for whatever circumstances. Go through a list of things that you have behind your head that you could talk you down while you're talking to the boss. And if you don't know how, and this is happening, you can't do anything. But I promise you, if you go home and work on it, whenever this comes up again, you'll be able to do it and test it out. If you have a child, answer their questions and
mm-hmm,
simultaneously talk yourself down out of being upset about the child. Let's say the child steal $1 from you and you're really mad. Instead of lashing out on the child, you can say, son, why did you take the dollar? But in the meantime, you could be saying to yourself, Okay, Karen, you need to calm down. You need to wait and understand the answer. You need to see where he's going with this. Don't accuse him. Really listen versus judge him. You could be telling yourself that, and that will bring you down so you can hear the child versus just be
Mhm.
frustrated and say, okay, so where do we go from here? And if the child says, well, mommy, I don't know. I don't know what to do. And then you say, okay, so let's come up with an answer together. I'm going to give you three, and you're going to give me three. And now you and the child are working out the problem versus you accusing the child and getting all rowdy. When you finish with this, though, it's going to feel like you just lift up a ton and you're going to just want to go lie down and drop because it took a lot out of you because this is something you've never done before.
Mm.
Go take the rest. Drop in a chair, get a glass of water, and listen yourself through the whole thing. And then I want you to go write about it. A couple of lines,
Mm.
I did well today. I didn't wasn't as annoyed, but it was hard on me to do this. It took a lot out of me to get here. I don't know if I could keep doing this all the time. And then
Mm.
right behind that, so if I do this and I practice, would I get better at it? Would it take less out of me? Is this something I could accomplish? If I
Uh-huh.
don't rush it, I can. If I rush it, I'll feel like I can't. And so this you've got this data to tap
Uh-huh.
into because you've created it. And now you know where to go when you're really frustrated. And you take that over to work, customer service, all these places. You're freeing up so much mental space that you could figure out how you're going to earn more money, more
Mm.
dollars, do better with whatever, because you're allowing yourself. You're taking away the shame. You're starting to understand who you are, where you want to go, what you want to be. Because sometimes we think where we are is where we want to be. Sometimes that's not where we want to be. Allow
Wow.
it. Allow it. You're not a bad mother. You're not a bad employee. You just don't know what to do with all those feelings, anger, frustration, annoyances, because you haven't worked through it. Because somebody told you it's going to take too much time for you. You can't afford the time. There's not enough money to be wasting that time on you, which is not true. But that's what you've been told in different shapes and form. Maybe from your mom, maybe from an aunt, maybe from a cousin, a friend, anybody. They might drop one word. You see, oh, you're so annoying. Oh, you're so selfish. I can't
Wow.
believe you said that.
Now you know something. I'm sure that a lot of people hear that you're selfish, and so they end up giving their life away for little or nothing because
Hmm.
they've been taught that not to give constantly is
Yeah.
selfish,
Yeah.
when in fact maybe the other person is just greedy.
Thank you. And been taken and taken and taken from you. Yeah. Somebody had
Mhm.
said to me I'm selfish. I was all right here. I was like, yep, I am. Next. I wasn't
You
arguing about
know,
it. At that moment, I was selfish. I wanted to take a bath and I was going to take a bath, and nothing that was happening was more important than me soaking in the tub. I was selfishly taking a bath. It was for me.
if me taking these 5 minutes for myself to refresh is a problem for you, then you need to go talk it out with somebody because
Thank you very much.
you know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, it seems like if we really look back over our life, people have gotten the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter. Can we get the fourth quarter? Okay. Can we just take the fourth quarter, people,
Yep.
and expect the Hail Mary? Expect it to be prosperous. Expect it to be, oh, what would you call it? Peaceful.
Yes. Yes. And you will get it. You will get it. You know? Don't go into rooms where you're like pulling teeth to get into that room. And when you're there, you're really uncomfortable. You'd rather be doing something else just because it looks good with everybody. Don't do it. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
it. You secure your peace. You be where you want to be. You enjoy the things you want to enjoy. And don't apologize for it. Don't apologize for it. You've done enough of that. This is a new year. This is 2026. Let's get you on the right track. Let's have you feel what you need to feel for you. Let's reshape and build the thing that you want to build uncomfortably, because it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's going
Mm.
to be, you're going to get your comfort from the uncomfortableness. You're going to get your comfort from the uncomfortableness that is happening right now, because you're shifting, you're moving. If you had high blood pressure like my mom and you're wanting to change that status in your life, you're going to work darn hard for it. You're going to have to stop doing a lot of things that you were doing. And it's going to feel really terrible. It's going to feel really hard. I remember telling my mom, you need to get up and have breakfast in the morning. She would say to me, kind of can't do that. You know, I'm a late eater. This morning we were talking about that. And,
Mm.
you know, I said, but it's good for you because it's going to allow you to do this, this, and this. And she's like, I can't do it, until she had to do it. Right.
Mm.
But these are the things, like, you know, right now where you are, where you're positioned. You feel like if the world is closing in on you, the world is crazy right now. So it's doing that to so many of us. You have to find what you need and do, because I promise you, even though it's looking bad right now, this bad feeling has been happening all the time to different people in different places that they were at in their lives. That's what's happening. You know, yes, times have changed. I'm not saying nay, but this is part of it. And last but not least, I said, will I have a good year? I want you to ask yourself, will I have a good year?
Mm.
And then decide if you will. Answer the question, will I have a good year? I want you to decide if you're going to have a good year, because only you can decide if you're going to have a good year.
Oh.
And I wrote a little note here. If you answer yes, you say you can take all the small achievements and document it, because they'll add up so quickly that you can see that you had a good year. That's one of the ways of knowing that you could have a good year. Don't miss anything. You know, I'm in a group where we discuss things once a week, and we're talking about goal setting all this month. Since last month, we are into goal setting. We're getting all us ladies, business ladies, here and there, and we're
Mhm.
talking about it. And I've been giving him pointers, because this was my section that I know I can talk to a lot. And I talk about having two journals, one that is dedicated, doesn't matter what happened, Bible reading, everything happens with that journal, gratefulness and all that stuff. But then I've got a journal. A friend of mine sent me a book. And I was thinking, why did she send me a notebook, God? Like a notebook? Like, why? Like, I got it in the mail, and she said she's sending me something. I was like, what am I going to do with another notebook? Like, honestly, this is what she sent me? And so I was harping on it. Let me be honest. And
Mhm.
then I sat on my couch today, and I knew as clear as day why she sent me the notebook. She didn't say anything. She just said, I sent you a gift, Caren. I knew it was a notebook so that I can write about Caren in that book. I could talk to her in that book. And here's why I knew. When I pick up the pen, I was just flying across the pages. That book was so that I can find the special me, the good me. Like if I was having a bad day, I can get there and talk about gorgeous Caren, kind Caren. And I talk about a lot of kindness to myself and a
Mm.
lot of things that I might have been mad with me about or not pleased, but I can come and find that part of me that is really good. I can look back and read about the good things I wrote about myself. And so she was inspired to send me that book. And I thanked her for the book, but I do have to rewrite her and thank her now that I realize why she needed to send me. She said, I was just inspired to send you this book. I
Wow.
got it. I have to write back and let her know that how good this inspiration was.
God is good.
God is so
Oh
good.
my goodness.
So good.
So
He inspired so many people around us. And if we wait a little bit, we'll understand why they do what they do for us.
oh my goodness. So today we've been talking about building and reshaping, getting ourselves together for the upcoming season, whatever season that is in your life, whether it's
Hmm.
the first quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter,
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah. Hmm.
Just if you don't like or there's some things you want to change, you can do that
Yes.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't feel shame about it. This was a mouthful, I know, guys. This was a
Well,
mouthful.
I think that we have talked about something really important: restoration, right? Reshaping,
Yes. Yeah.
building it
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
or building it if you haven't built anything
You're right.
yet. Um, and then if you do have something, you have the ability to reshape it.
Yeah.
Coach, thank you for giving us permission. A lot of times we don't give ourselves permission. We feel like we have to get permission from somewhere to change
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So
And we
thank you.
don't.
So we've
We
been
don't,
talking.
even though we feel we do. We don't
Mhm.
need anybody to say yes or no. We just need to go do it. As Terry's saying, we get to give ourselves permission to do the things we want to do.
Clip that. Oh my gosh. So I just want to thank you, Coach, for helping us to start this season with permission to build or reshape what it
Mhm.
is we want. And as I always say, get somewhere, sit down and figure out what is it you want.
Yep.
What did you say? What do you truly want?
Yes.
So
Yes.
many people
Because we
are
might
not
say we
really,
want something, but the shame will take over. And the thing we really want, we wouldn't want, we won't want to tell anybody about it because we're
we
ashamed
talk
about
ourselves out of it.
it. Yeah.
Help us, help us, help us, help us. So with that, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you, Coach,
You're
for
welcome.
coming in here and getting us started with part one of building and reshaping. And I want to remind you that if you're looking for Coach Caren, you can find her on Facebook, on YouTube under Coach Caren Fern. Oh my gosh. Here is her YouTube channel. So you can go there and get more wisdom. Oh my gosh. Coach, we love you. We know that you're starting up your channel. We want to encourage everybody to like and follow you over there and help you build up your numbers. Guys, remember that if you're looking to be a part of the Biz Chicks community, I just have to breathe after that show. you can you can text Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net and sign up and be a part of our community. We'd love to share with our, our community what it is you do and how you serve. So, with that, I want to remind you that it's good to make money in your business. So, go to the front of your own line. Have a
Please.
great day, everyone. Bye
Bye bye.
bye. And thank you again, Coach.
You're welcome.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.